Typhoon Doksuri poses risk to Philippines, Taiwan, Hong Kong and China. Blinken states Ukraine has already retaken 50% of occupied territory. Afghanistan has minerals crucial to making EVs. 1 in 5 young people in China can't find a job. The 1975 cancels its shows in Jakarta and Taipei. Elon Musk posts new Twitter logo X to replace Blue Bird. Thai protesters calls for Prime Minister's approval. Barbenheimer's box office dominance.
Hello, I'm Johnny. Thank you for joining us on Funday News. It's Tuesday, July 25th, and here are your top stories. A growing typhoon is sweeping across the Pacific Ocean toward the Philippines, with forecasters warning it could strengthen into a super typhoon and press on towards Taiwan, Hong Kong, and mainland China later this week. The typhoon is expected to hit Luzon's northeastern edge Tuesday local time, bringing up to 254 millimeters of rainfall. This could increase to more than 457 millimeters of rainfall by Wednesday as the typhoon intensifies and heads toward Taiwan, Hong Kong, and parts of southern China.
Philippines weather agency Pagasa warned Doksuri could become a super typhoon by late Tuesday or early Wednesday, the equivalent of a Category 5 hurricane, the highest and most destructive level on the scale. At that level, storms can cause catastrophic damage to residential areas, depending on wind speeds and the extent of coastal storm surges. Pagasa forecasts it could then begin weakening late Wednesday as it enters the Taiwan Strait.
U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken said on Sunday that Ukraine has already retaken about 50% of the territory that Russia initially seized, stressing that Kyiv's counteroffensive is still in its relatively early days. In an interview on GPS, Blinken told CNN's Fareed Zakaria, in terms of what Russia sought to achieve, what Russian President Vladimir Putin sought to achieve, they have already failed. They have already lost. That failed a long time ago.
This was about, for Putin, erasing Ukraine from the map.
Blinken said, now Ukraine is in a battle to get back more of the land that Russia seized from it. It's already taken back about 50% of what was initially seized. Now they're in a very hard fight to take back more. He added, these are still relatively early days of the counteroffensive. It is tough. However, Blinken projected optimism about Ukraine's prospects in the counteroffensive. Blinken said the decisive element in the conflict is the fact that Ukrainians are fighting for their land and for their future.
A new article for the Washington Post has cited a document from the U.S. Geological Survey stating that Afghanistan could be considered as the world's recognized future principal source of lithium. However, the tremendous promise of lithium could frustrate Western efforts to squeeze the Taliban into changing its extremist ways. With the United States absent from Afghanistan, Chinese companies are now aggressively positioning themselves to reap large profits from the country's lithium.
However, there are a few factors at play in that could. There's no agreement in place yet between China and Afghanistan, and the Post article cites the arrest of one Chinese businessman who was accused of smuggling lithium. There's also the matter of the infrastructure for mining, which would need a lot of work to expand to the level necessary for large-scale extraction. Taliban leaders have paused lithium mining and trading in recent months while they seek to negotiate a concession with a foreign firm.
According to official figures, youth unemployment in China continues to hit new highs, with 21.3% of 16 to 24-year-olds out of work in the second quarter of this year. Business Insider said it's comparable to the economy young people in the U.S. faced as they left college in the depth of the financial crisis in 2008 and 2009. About 18% of U.S. youth were unemployed in 2010. According to David Dollar, a senior fellow at the Brooklands Institute, many Chinese graduates just aren't suited to the workforce they are trying to enter.
2 years ago, I was a 211 Key University student. 2 years later, I was a jobless bum, idle at home for almost 2 years.
Dollar added that China's economy was still too dependent on exports and investment, which are sectors that typically don't employ a lot of college grads. He noted, if China relied more on consumption for demand, that would help because consumption is mostly services in sectors such as media, entertainment, Education, health, finance, and telecom are where the jobs will be. Some experts are concerned that disenfranchisement caused by joblessness is usually enough to force some instability.
British pop rock band the 1975 announced on Sunday that it was cancelling its shows in Jakarta and Taipei after the Malaysian government cut short a music festival in the wake of the band's lead singer slamming the country's anti-gay laws and kissing a male bandmate during their performance. The group said in a statement posted on We The Fest's social media platforms on Sunday, the 1975 regret to announce that their forthcoming shows in Jakarta and Taipei will no longer be going ahead as planned.
Of inviting the 1975 to a country and then telling us who we can have sex with.
The 1975 was scheduled to have a performance at We The Fest, Indonesia's annual summer music festival, in Jakarta on Sunday night, part of their 2023 Asia tour. Footage of Matt Healy, the lead vocal of the 1975, kissing bass player Ross McDonald, was posted on social media and sparked a backlash in predominantly Muslim Malaysia. Malaysia's Communications and Digital Minister Fahmi Fadzil slammed Matty Healy's conduct late Friday and said in a Facebook post that homosexuality is a crime in the country.
After 17 years with an iconic blue bird logo that came to symbolize the broadcasting of ideas to the world, billionaire Elon Musk renamed Twitter as X and unveiled a new logo, marking a focus on building an everything app. On Monday, a stylized white X on a black background became the new logo on Twitter's website, though the blue bird was still seen on the mobile app. The new logo garnered mixed reactions from users and sparked confusion about what tweets would now be called.
All right, now if you log into Twitter, you'll see a new logo on the website.
Musk has used the letter X repeatedly across his companies. He co-founded X.com as an online bank in 1999, which later transformed into PayPal. He bought the domain back from PayPal in 2017, saying it had sentimental value. The domain X.com now redirects to Twitter. According to the memo, which was reported by Reuters, the company will work on new features in audio, video, messaging, payments and banking. Hashtag Goodbye Twitter was trending on the platform on Monday with reference to the old logo.
Hundreds of people braving heavy rain gathered Sunday in the Thai capital of Bangkok to demand that conservative senators stop blocking the naming of a prime minister belonging to a winning coalition formed from May's general election, a stance that risks a potentially destabilizing political deadlock. The Move Forward party fell into efforts to have its leader, Peter Limjaroenrat, confirmed as the next prime minister, largely because he failed to woo enough votes from the senators.
This after lawmakers voted to disqualify leading candidate Peter Limjaroenrat from a second shot.
The Associated Press reported as many as 1,000 demonstrators took to Bangkok's busy Asak intersection with umbrellas and raincoats. Many shouting, "Senators, get out." Speakers at the peaceful rally also called for political parties in a coalition assembled by Move Forward not to switch sides by joining hands with other parties that supported the outgoing government of Preuth Chan-ocha, who as army commander seized power in a 2014 coup and was returned as prime minister after the 2019 election.
Both Barbie, released by Warner Bros. Pictures, and Oppenheimer, released by Universal Pictures, blew away box office projections. Barbie broke records during its opening run, making $155 million from more than 4,200 locations in the US and Canada. Oppenheimer also outperformed predictions and pulling $80.5 million from more than 3,600 locations in the US and Canada. The media said Barbenheimer burst through the box office on opening weekend.
1st, 2023, Greta Gerwig's Barbie and Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer will both open in theaters on the exact same day.
According to the internet database Know Your Meme, the first viral mentions of the portmanteau, Barbenheimer, began surfacing this year. As their premiere dates neared, Barbenheimer discourse became a debate about which movie to see first in a double feature, implying the two were complementing rather than competing with each other. Then, Barbenheimer burst through the box office on opening weekend, showcasing how the might of internet memes and movie buzz can bring people together.
Now let's delve into the news of Elon Musk changing Twitter's logo. Number 1, iconic, 偶像的, 圣像的, 似圣像的. It invigorated this iconic character for a whole new audience. Number 2, symbolize, 象征是什么的象征，代表. The use of light and dark symbolizes good and evil. Number 3, unveil, 首次展示介绍，将什么公之于众. They will be unveiling their new models at the motor show. Next, we have a multiple choice question for everyone to practice. Which answer would you choose? You can write down your answer in the comments section. The correct answer will be announced tomorrow. And that's all for today's Funday News. Be sure to tune into Funday News from Monday to Friday and click the link below to join Funday for free. I'm Johnny Wu, your host. I'll see you next time.
It starts with one thing. In the end, it doesn't even matter. Better world, better world. Welcome to Gildo, California. Miracles, but miracle has happened tonight. Pray I'll be missing you. Heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. I can't wait for the leaving, make a better place.